Hey guys, welcome back to another episode in the deep playthrough of Metro Exodus. We are Enhanced Edition. We are on a train towards the next area. I think it's like a desert like area. And we are catching up on some lore, some background in this journal. We, in the previous episode, listened to the radio. And we also will have some exposition. Probably this will really be an exposition episode. Also, we will talk with some of the crew members. In the previous episode, I read the first 4 chapters in this journal, and now we are continuing with equipment, only focusing on any entries that seem new. Because previously, like 20 episodes ago, I already read parts. I already read through this journal, everything what was in there at the time. And now some of these entries have been complemented with new sections. So here we go. This one we already read. Charger. My tried and true manual crank charger made from a scooter, alternator, a stabilizer, a transformer, a battery and metal shears. How often did I have to listen to it whir, waiting for the flashlight to come back to life? Frankly speaking, I'd love to cut down on the times I have to keep squeezing it, but 20 years after the Judgment Day, decent rechargeable batteries are kinda hard to come by, so we all have to use the restored and re-restored ones, and these hold charge just a little better than a bottomless bucket holds water. Besides, this little charger can, in times of emergency, power things much larger than a flashlight or a night sight, since it can generate some decent power. It usually takes quite a lot of cranking to do that though. Notepads. This isn't just an old military issue map case that holds maps, pencils and notes on the mission parameters anymore. The average Tokarev, I think, not Tokarev, Sparta's tech guru, have brought it up to the order standards and turned it into a marvel of technology. While remaining surprisingly light, it now includes a map with an automatic course plotter showing my current location, a radio for communicating with the HQ, a compass and a notepad, which I'm planning to use to record my profound thoughts, interesting observations and other things noteworthy. Perhaps one day I might turn it all into a memoir. The backpack. Tokarev has entrusted field testing his newest invention, a combination backpack portable workshop that not only allows to easily carry a considerable load and clean and service weapons, but also lets its user to make filters, medkits and other pieces of equipment useful in the field to me. Surely I'm honored with his trust, but something tells me Tokarev has an ulterior motive here. This could be his ploy for stocking up on useful materials without even leaving the confines of his workshop. If that wasn't the case, why would he spend time telling me where to find usable metal parts and chemicals? He even proposed I check out the mutant lairs. Well, I must say the idea seems to be quite good. Yeah, that's by the way what I also read in a loading screen tip. Mutant lairs, which are marked with a skull on the map, actually regularly or maybe even always contain weapon upgrades. So that's good to know. Binoculars. The binoculars Quest gave to me turned out to be an invaluable gift. Back in Moscow, even on the surface, there was no real need for a pair, but here they do help me out a lot. Of course, you could take a good look at something from a considerable distance using an optical sight, but a wider field of view, great magnification and above all, binocular picture allowed to get a good grasp of relative positions of points of interest and distances between them, making the binoculars a must when marking such point on a map. A bracer. The bracers all Spartans wear are not an important piece of armor but still routinely save our lives. They are used to mount such vital pieces of equipment as Geiger counters warning us of dangerous radiation hotspots and watches necessary for keeping track of gas mask filter usage. The watch is combined with another gadget that, despite its tiny size, is also vitally important, the light indicator. Many a time its blue light hinted me to find a better shaded hiding spot to remain stealthy. lighter. This piece of trans art I got from Sukai has been with me through a lot, but its value is far from just sentimental. I always rely on it whenever I need to start a campfire. Find my way out of the dark tunnel by following the faintest draft, go through a spider bug lair and want to get rid of their cobwebs, or simply need a backup light source, and it never fails. What I find really annoying is that I'm scrolling down here, and normally the new entries are marked with an exclamation mark. But I now have no idea of knowing how many entries are down below, because they're still not in view, and how many of them actually had an exclamation mark. Because if I move down, I move one down, and then immediately the exclamation mark, where it there or where not there, is removed. So I have not really an idea to separate existing from new entries. So yeah, then because this one I already read, and this one as well. I didn't know it up front, so I just started reading it. Anyways, Spartan suits. We already read this one. Night vision goggles. Even before the war, the night vision goggles were a valued commodity in the military forces, even moderately concerned with whether carrying out stealthy operation or effectively foiling those. Whether. Alright, making that a really quick learning moment. I saw at one point knew what it meant, but whether. Fall into decay or decline, humiliate, become dry and shriveled. Yeah, I'm not sure how that applies in this sentence. To slowly disappear, lose importance, to become weak. Alright, 1 second. Were a valued commodity in the military forces, even moderately concerned with whether carrying out. Yeah, no idea. To become dry and sapless, to lose vitality, to cause to wither, to make speechless or incapable of action. Alright, I have no idea how this fits in. In the military forces, even moderately concerned with whether carrying out stealthy operation or effectively foiling those. Alright, 1 second. Putting a personal reminder for myself. Like so. With relative fragility of such devices, and perpetual darkness of the tunnels, their value and importance in the metro grew exponentially. Obtaining a working specimen is a rare luck, and even the Order could never manage to procure enough to make night vision goggles a piece of standard issue equipment for all of its fighters, providing them only for specific operations. Still, all the helmets issued by the Order have the necessary mounting points, and our standard power packs, usually reserved to feeding or flash lights, have additional sockets which all the Spartans can use to plug such goggles into, should they obtain one. Alright, that was equipment, and then weapons. The Kalash. God damn it, there's such long entries. I think I already read this one. Alright, whatever, I will just read it. Despite the venerable age of this weapon, which before the Judgment Day had played a considerable part in hundreds of conflicts all over the world, its unparalleled reliability and considerable firepower making it a prized possession in the tunnels of the metro. In the tunnels of the metro and of course on the surface. A standard class is simply a solid assault rifle with all its characteristic pros and cons, but thanks to the talent of Sparta's gunsmiths and Tokarev personally, the model our order field can accommodate a huge variety of upgrades from extended magazines to various sights. Not only that, with a few simple operations and spare parts it can be turned into a weapon of a different class, from a short machine pistol that excels at close range to a light machine gun. This does not mean that the underlying concepts, simplicity and reliability have been sacrificed either. Even though my Kalash is many years my senior, it saved my bacon on many an occasion and would shoot like nothing happened even after taking a dip in the marsh. Weapons are something we people are definitely good at making. They will probably be ready to kill after there remains nobody on the face of the planet capable of pulling the trigger. Yeah, we already read that one. This one is also old. Alright, this is a new entry. Frankly speaking, I didn't recognize that Ticker was a weapon when I saw it for the first time, and it took me some time to believe that it really could function even so. This remarkable ugly masterpiece of the Armory Station's designers, they'd been driven into making by the internal shortage of ammo has proven to be indispensable for the Order's operatives. Not only does Tikar shoot the ubiquitous bearing balls, it is also practically noiseless. Packs a wallop and is quite accurate over short distances, naturally. All in all, it's an ideal special operation weapon for the conditions of the metro. I must say, I hit quite some targets with it which were not short range. It's long range, it's also pretty accurate. Of course, you have to mind not just the ammo in the magazine, but also the air reservoir pressure, though Tokarev has at least improved the valve so that the air does not escape unless you actually shoot the weapon. Revolver, already read it. I think it didn't have an exclamation point. Alright, I'm reading it. Yeah, you know what? I will just read all of them. What would be the Achilles heel of a shotgun? The long reload cycle, perhaps? And to remedy that, it looks like the designer of this monstrosity was ready to sacrifice anything. Reliability, simplicity, even the common sense. Still, in terms of sheer firepower, this cross between a meat grinder and a lawnmower is second to none, and Tokarev says that despite its freakish looks, it won't explode in my arms in the nearest future, of course, if I exercise necessary caution and clean it regularly. I guess I'll pretend I believe him. And then a revolver, I didn't want to read it because that didn't have an exclamation mark. I didn't really get that last section. So if I read that, I can just as well read everything. In the metro, where ammo is worth its weight in gold, the weapon's reload speed is usually a distant second or even third priority, while its reliability and simplicity become critical. Humidity, dust, poor quality handmade ammunition, pulling a revolver trigger the second time when it misfires is much faster than fixing a feed failure in an automatic pistol. And in the confines of the tunnels, enemies might deny you the time needed for that altogether. That's why the Armory Station started producing copies of ancient Nagant revolvers. Soon they learned that even 7 bullets sometimes are not enough to stop a charging noselis. No idea what a noselis is. So they had to switch to a more powerful and exotic for Russia 44 Magnum caliber. A hit with one of these is usually enough to kill a mutant on the spot. 1 second, I'm quickly checking, googling noselis. these are monsters. I find it a bit weird that... Alright, maybe we didn't encounter them yet. That's probably it. Because I don't think they were in the monster section of this journal that we just read. Anywho. And that is exactly why such revolvers were a welcome addition to the Spartan Order's arsenal. Besides, due to the fact that they retain the Nagant revolver's gas sealing mechanism, they can be fitted with suppressors and modifications introduced by our gunsmiths. Let them accommodate any other add-ons, from carbine type stocks to night vision sights. Yeah, I was a bit confused by that gas sealing mechanism. I was like, what the hell does that mean? Probably it means indeed that all the gas is ejected through the front of the barrel and not also the side between the area between the cylinder and the barrel. And apparently this is fully sealed off so that only the gas and the sound escapes from the front of the barrel, and hence silencers work effectively on this weapon. That is my take on it, but I was a bit confused earlier on that Nagant revolver's gas sealing mechanism, but whatever. The A-shot, what firearm could be simpler than a shotgun? So if that is the shotgun, then what the hell is the shambler? I think I did not yet build a shambler, I guess. Ah yes, I think I did. That is what I... No. Yeah, I have no idea. Anyways, what firearm could be simpler than a shotgun? Perhaps some extremely primitive zip gun. But those aren't for... Yeah, sorry, 1 second. So this is a shotgun. But those aren't known for their efficiency. A buckshot salvo, though, will make even the toughest and meanest mutants at least think about their next actions carefully. Besides, shotgun ammo is easier to handload than any other kind, so the popularity of this class of weapon is nothing surprising. Their variety, though, never ceased to amaze me. It should be ceases to amaze me, I would say. Even after I learned that functional shotguns could be made from lengths of water pipe like most of A-shot variants are. Still, anything from 1 to 4 barrels, not counting different chokes, stocks, recoil compensators and sights. Even within the order, the only standard as far as the shotguns are concerned is their caliber. I can't wrap my mind around how Tokarev managed to know them all inside out. Alright, a little bit confusing section. Still, anything from 1 to 4 barrels, not counting different chokes, stocks, recoil compensators and sights. Even within the order. The only standard as far as the shotguns are concerned is their caliber. I can't wrap my mind around how Tokarev manages to know them all inside out. Alright, there's a question mark there. I think that's not really okay. But if this is a shotgun, then what the hell is this weapon? Do I already have this weapon? Maybe this is some upgraded Kalash or something. I have no idea. I don't think so. I think only the base weapons are here. Anyways, bastard. What if you require something with a better cyclic rate of fire than a revolver, but consider an assault rifle to be overkill? Submachine guns are there for you. That is, of course, if besides the requirements in fantasy, you have quality machines and materials. If all you have is fantasy and skillful hands, you end up with an embodiment of the beggars can be choosers principle. You happen to have a length of thin pipe, a dented bucket, a rusty anvil and pliers. perfect. In a couple of days you may well be spraying the mutants with lead like so much water from a garden hose. With about the same range and accuracy. And not for long as your creation spitting unscrewed nuts left and right will overheat from its insane rate of fire and jam within seconds. Like the bastard gun, ever popular amongst the denizens of the metro. Despite all the afflictions plaguing this gunsmith's nightmare, Tokarev managed to turn it into a decent weapon with enough power and accuracy to take its rightful place in our arsenal. Its only remaining drawback that even Tokarev's magic was unable to fix is its propensity to jam when it overheats. Still, the number of bullets the bastard, as we naturally came to be calling it, manages to spit out before it stuttered usually ends up being enough for any opponents. Alright, so it's called the Bastards. So it starts off with like what is a quicker rate of fire gun than a revolver, and it says a submachine gun. And then the second paragraph, you happen to have a length of thin pipe, dented bucket, blah blah blah, perfect. In a couple of days you will be spraying bullets with about the same accuracy as water, and not for long as your creation spitting unscrewed nuts left and right will overheat from its insane rate of fire and jam within seconds. Like the bastard gun. Ever like the bastard gun, ever popular among the denizens of the metro. Alright, I find it a little bit of a confusing section. Sorry for all the time I'm taking here. It's also me catching up with the game itself. There can be like little tips and tricks in here. An improvised noise decoy attracts attention of humans and beasts alike with the loud rattling noise it produces. The perfect stealthy short-range weapon throwing knives are cold rolled by many a blacksmith throughout the metro from spring steel. This makeshift grenade is essentially a length of steel pipe filled with explosives, but it can still be quite deadly if it goes off close enough. This primitive incendiary device, a little more than a bottle filled with gasoline, is still a dangerous weapon if employed skillfully. Alright, that were the weapons and that were all the entries. So that was again almost the whole episode of reading. Sorry, but yeah, I just really want to get through all that stuff. Radio is to the right. Lamp is over there. Down is the journal. And left is getting up. Alright, see if you have anything, Anna, anything new to say? Let's make it an exposition.
It's like living in
episode,
a fairy tale.
Or it is an exposition episode
A
anyways.
prince has rescued his princess from a monster-infested dungeon and is taking her to his magic kingdom where they are going to live happily ever after. Do you think we're going to find that kingdom in the end? Though, if it's with you, I'll be fine anywhere. Live happily ever after is the most important part as far as I'm concerned.
Alright. I think she's out of dialogue. And out of kisses for Archem. Archem being the affectionate partner. Alright, that about was that. Let's
Leaving
get up.
already?
Already?
Well, go get them, tiger.
Alright. Lioness. Anywho, I really must say it are beautiful weapon models, they're highly detailed. And the helmets, the world, it's pretty amazing, I must say. These wooden cabins, although if this train comes from 1980, I wonder whether there were like wooden trains at that time. Maybe there were, I don't know. Plastic really was a thing at that time already, or composites. Anywho, let's go over there later on. Let's get to Tokarev. Let's see if we can do anything here. Would be cool if at one point we can actually play a game. Cannot really read the title. There's a radio over there. Alright, let's get to Nastya.
Hi, Artyom. See my new place? Fit for a king, I must say. What do you think of this workbench, eh?
Very nice.
Everything is within reach, yet there's so much space left. Most of the stuff you and the guys found outside and gave to me went into making this workshop happen. So thank you. We'll have to keep pitching in like this too. Looks like we're facing a long journey, and useful things like ammo or equipment don't grow on trees. Plus, the further from Moscow we get, the harder they'll probably be to get. So don't forget to collect all the materials you find to keep us going. There's so many things to do. I haven't decided where I'm going to work on the suits, but I'll have to, and soon. And it's high time we fixed our uniforms. Some of our people are starting to look pretty ragged, you know? Our Duke's plate carrier won't hold the back plate anymore, and he jokes that he's lucky it's not the front one, or else his toes would be in danger. Regardless, I am turning this little gang back into a real army. Well, that's it. I bragged enough and won't waste any more of your time. The Colonel summoned you. Well, I have stuff to do too. You guys are fast to break gear, but none too expedient to fix it.
True.
Uncle Tokarev! Uncle Tokarev!
What would you like to ask, Nastya?
Uncle Tokarev, do you have a sewing machine?
No, I don't.
But how are you going to fix the suits then?
Well, like everyone else, I take a thread and a needle, and I use a sail stitch.
Wow, cool! Can you teach me?
I sure can, but later. I've got work to do.
Will you let me fix Sam's rifle strap?
Well, sure thing. Oh, but under supervision. Sam is so strict, you know.
Hurrah! And Uncle Sam isn't strict at all. He's kind.
All right, look here. I'll show you once. Now we do this.
Got that.
Don't rush it here.
I see.
Alright, I wonder whether this is that Shambler or whether that's like the
You've
shotgun.
got to be careful here. See?
Got that.
It has like, yeah, like a cylinder. It looks like a
Yes.
cylinder. I think that is the shotgun. The top one. I'm just not sure. It's just Shambler and the shotgun.
So you're back. What other plans does our leader have in store? Wait, don't tell me.
So the Shambler, and this is the A shots. Yeah, this is the weapon that's hanging on the wall, I'm pretty sure. That's a shotgun. So that whole Shambler thing, I doubt whether I already encountered it. Alright, anyways, pretty cool, those cassettes. When I was young, tape decks were still a thing, when I was very young. Alright, can I interact? No. Can we interact over here? Yes. Alright, I have quite a lot of stuff, so that's pretty nice. What weapons do we have? We have, yeah, this is the A-shot, this is not the Chandler. Only has like a pretty weird configuration. I don't remember having this configuration. Maybe I did have the double barrel, but didn't I have a stock on it? Alright, this is just for swapping it. Why can't I put a stock on it? Yeah, like so. Hunting stock. Hunting stock decreases recoil with its sheer heft and makes aiming more comfortable. Alright, let's install that one. And it's fully clear, clean, so that's nice. This one is clean as well. And then we have the Kalash. And I had it configured for long range. Do I still want that? No, I'm going to go for medium range. Yeah, this is better for that. Standard barrel. Yeah, I'm going with the no, you know what? I will leave it as it is. Long range weapon, why not? This does do more damage and accuracy, and the standard barrel is yeah, a little bit more stable, but it decreases accuracy and damage. No, I will do it anyways. Because I do think we will be encountering quite a lot of zombie people, and if they are bum rushing Archem, I need a way to quickly dish out some bullets. Medium magazine. Do I want a pointer? No, let's just keep it as regular as possible. This is really more for like a hunting or a rifle configuration. I'm just going with the classical look. Like so. Let's go with the classical look. Oh, by the way, let's make some stuff like this. And a little filter. I have enough bullets. And maybe some Molotovs would be handy for the annoying zombie creatures that we will encounter. Alright, he also has quite a lot to say, I remember, from when I played it 2 years ago.
a smoke break. That's good. Oh, this is one mean smoke. Damn, this is rough. Well, nothing we couldn't take. Well, you are the right kind of guys. I mean, you, the Colonel, Duke, that guy did a swell job on that bridge. And now he's bragging about it like a child. He's a child, really, no, a child. But he's good. So, yeah, what did I want to say? Yes. Thank you. You people accepted me, and I'm a simple guy. I will pay the debt back, okay? So, how do you like it out here after your tunnels? Freedom, huh? Sure thing. So much space. It feels too empty to me, though. Just reeds and ruins and those damn mutants. Hate them. Phew. Though you guys are gonna see the government, so, bratucha, don't be mad, but just tell me, what the hell do you even need them for? Oh, of course, it might be interesting to take a look, but throughout all of my rambling, I only met two kinds of ex-government people. Dead ones and gang leaders. And let me tell you, the latter are much worse than your typical bandit. They just have to make a speech before doing something awful. So what I mean, I didn't really care about the government even before the war, much less now, when everything's long since gone to shit. So what for, really? I'm a simple man, Artyomich. I told I'm with you, that means I'm with you for the long haul. But I'd much rather find a nice place to live at than go see the government. Of course, they could give us luxury bunkers or something. Well, Artyom, you seem cold. Go get warmed up a bit, I'll smoke some more. Have stuff to think about. Or just stay. We have enough space now.
Pretty sure his dialogue will continue. There's a lot of dialogue in this game. No, I think he's indeed done with talking. Alright, everybody is more or less doing his thing. We are hitting the 40-minute marker. I will end the episode here and continue in the next one, gaining or getting the objective from the Colonel. I hope you enjoyed it somewhat. I hope to see you there. For the meantime, do not forget, always do keep on gaming. See you later.